Our knowledge about GTA 6 has increased by leaps and bounds, mostly because of the recent leak by a hacker. This leak is seriously a big deal, because it has given everyone access to over 90 videos from the game's development, showing both our protagonists, various animations, and mechanics. The only catch here were the many glitches in the recordings we received, but that's not a fault of our hacker. Rather, these files were transferred regularly between remotely working developers to fix issues that had been noticed, and so these glitches occur because all this code is still in development. But all of this just makes us think, how did this guy even pull this off? I mean, we're talking about Rockstar Games here, a company that's basically a fortress when it comes to their unreleased content. But this time around, our hacker is not some hardened programmer having some fun or some guy who was just messing around and lucked his way into this leak. No, the 18-year-old hacker prodigy Aryan Kurtaj is on a whole another level when it comes to leaks and finding confidential information. After all, he pulled this stunt while he was on bail for hacking one of the biggest chip manufacturers and the company whose chips are in almost every high-end PC out there. We're talking about the NVIDIA. All of this is exciting. And so we come to the most important part. What tools did he use? Which high-end laptop? What software? What amazing line of code did he use that allowed him to crack into the likes of Uber, Microsoft, and notably Rockstar Games? If we actually go through his toolkit, we don't find a long list, just an Amazon Fire Stick, a keyboard, a mouse, and a smartphone. Just these 4 items and an ingenious mind were all that he needed to achieve his feats. Really, I'm not joking here, there's no supercomputer, no team of hackers in a dark room, just a teenager in a hotel room. It's like a hacker movie, but the budget got slashed. But here's where it gets even more insane. For one, Kurtaj wasn't a subtle person, but even then his hack of Rockstar Games is described as his most audacious feat yet. He even made his way onto the studio's Slack channels and posted that he wasn't just another employee, but rather an attacker, making his presence known to every genuine employee online at the time. After the hack, he even claimed to have downloaded all of GTA 6's data, stating that he'd release the source code unless Rockstar Games contacted him on Telegram. Even though it seems like a big claim, the ensuing leak was so huge that Rockstar finally had to concede and announce that GTA 6 leak is actually real. Imagine being forced to reveal your most prized secret because some teenager in a hotel room decided to play Cyberpunk in real life. The leak was so massive that details about the game, like its female co-star and its Miami Vice City setting, got out. We're talking about information that fans have been speculating and dreaming about for years, just laid out in the open. But no, the story doesn't end here. We can't talk about Kurtaj without mentioning the group he was a part of, known as Lapsus. The $ shouldn't make you think these guys are all a bunch of edgy teens, and remember once more that they have people who can hack world-class companies with just an Amazon Fire Stick. An actual document by the American Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, or CSA, states that although Lapsus is not the only organization of this nature which attacks major companies, it is unique in its effectiveness and the flamboyant way in which it attacks companies. There are many important lessons to be learned from this incident. Firstly, cybersecurity is no joke, and no matter how powerful or well protected your laptop is, it can always be hacked. So, always make sure to keep as little confidential data online as possible. Moreover, although this must have caused a lot of chaos at Rockstar, we must also consider how beneficial it's been for not only me and you about giving us proof, but it's also amazing for Rockstar to get huge coverage without having to pay any advertisement costs. Lastly, if you're planning on becoming a hacker, maybe don't announce it on Slack. Just a pro tip. Now, before we move on to the next news, I just wanted to let you know that I'm working on a video focused around the Lapsus gang and all of their hacks. It will also give you all the information about how they got so big and what is going on around them. If you're interested in a video like that, then be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when it comes out. Alright, if you didn't have enough of hardcore GTA fans disrupting the efforts of hardworking game developers, then this incident is right up your alley. If you've been caught up on my videos, then you must have seen the video about the guy who interrupted German TV shows twice to scream some stuff about GTA 6. Although the community was divided between people who were embarrassed at the actions of their fellow fan and people who were indifferent to him, almost everyone agreed that actions like those are what give GTA fans a bad name. But in spite of that, it seems that he hadn't learned his lesson and managed to find a way to disrupt another show. At the recent Gamescom 2023 event, one of the major highlights was the extensive celebration about the video game Starfield. This open-world sci-fi RPG was one of the most hyped games Games at the time, and a full live-action trailer got revealed at the event. Fans were looking forward to a grand presentation, and it did not disappoint one bit. From Starfield music composer Inon Zur performing one of the main themes to a discussion with director Todd Howard walking us through the gameplay, it was going to be an amazing night for every Starfield fan. Host Jeff Keighley started the high-profile event in the best way possible, right with the trailer. Afterwards, he spoke excitedly about how amazing the game was to play, and that he can't give any details just yet, but fans are going to love it. The game was set to be enjoyed by many for its amazing characters and beautiful moments of space exploration. Unfortunately though, just when Keighley was about to welcome Todd Howard, the director of Starfield, the GTA 6 guy came onto the stage, and let's just say it was disappointing to see what happened.
I'm not allowed to say anything about it. Yes, exactly. All right, well guys, okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. Really disappointed.
Jeff Keighley repeated multiple times how disappointed he was, since this was a big night for many people and many developers when they can finally showcase what they've been working on. However, this incident didn't ruin the mood of our host, and maintaining his smile, he introduced Todd Howard to the audience. This has a lot of similarities to last year's unscripted interruption. During the 2022 Game Awards ceremony, a kid snuck up on stage behind the Elden Ring development team and ended up talking nonsense about Bill Clinton until he was detained by the police. The kid was later revealed to be Matin Even, an online troll who made his fame doing in-person stunts. As Keighley himself says, such incidents when self-proclaimed fans crash events celebrating other games are disappointing to say the least. Alright, you may be fed up by now of seeing so many lousy people who use their skills or wits in all the wrong ways. But not all fans are like that, and a lot of GTA fans actually use their abilities to make the game more enjoyable for everyone. For example, many modders have taken a special joy in putting CJ in any and all video games. Although it's not too tough, and a good modder can get it done in just a couple days, it's still very admirable to see fans express love for a character in such a creative way. CJ has done more crossovers than the Marvel Cinematic Universe, from appearing in games like Dark Souls and Sekiro, to even exploring Hyrule in Breath of the Wild. It seems like the modders can't be stopped by anything, and eventually, CJ will find his way onto every major game and media ever made. And with what happened recently, that seems more and more like a possibility. For one, do you remember the game Stray? That's the game that took the whole world by storm and awoke the cat lover in all of us. Well, if you go ahead and do some research work, what do you find but a mod that has CJ as a cat? I'm being serious here. There's an actual mod for Stray where you can play as Cat CJ. If that's not enough to freak you out, then I'm sure what comes next will shake you. Armored Core 6, The Fires of Rubicon has been out for barely a week as of posting this. Described as a game that will supposedly redefine three-dimensional mobility. It's the classic overwhelming odds stacked against you, setting up a perfect situation for you to develop a perfect strategy to take out any and all enemies who stand in your way. It also boasts of complete freedom to customize your mech, as well as what weaponry and strategies you use. Well, it seems like some players took complete freedom too far. As soon as the game was released, the only thing in the minds of modders drop-off in TGAP was Mecha CJ. And with extreme hard work, less than a day after the game was released, their dream came true. And the unholy abomination that is Mecha CJ came to life. Is it just me who's seeing the Frankenstein connection? Like, just look at this thing.
We've got a lead on the target. Now's the time, 621. We're under attack! Smith the locals. Independent.
Drop-Off specially seems to be extremely good at putting CJ in different games, being a big part of the CJ Sekiro mod. Not limited to CJ, he even has a habit of putting Shrek in various places. If you still want more CJ, then just fire up your Street Fighter 6 and enjoy playing as CJ with mods. And if we come back to the subject of Armored Core 6, it seems like although the edition CJ should give it a guaranteed 100 rating, we should settle for the 87% game critic Wes Fenlon has given it. Alright, so what do you guys think? Are Kurtage and the Bill Clinton guy right at all in what they did? You can share your views in the comments, and as I mentioned before, if you're interested in more information about the Lapsus Gang and Kurtage, then be sure to subscribe as I have a full video on it coming soon. Before we wrap up, a quick shout out to my patrons. Your support keeps this channel going, and I really appreciate it. If you're not a patron but enjoy my content, consider checking out my Patreon. The link is in the description below. Alternatively, if you don't like Patreon, then I've even added channel membership option right here on YouTube so you can help me keep making awesome content. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, and make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell to be updated about my next videos. Thanks for watching till the end, have a great day, and see you in the next one.